Man, I know us as football fans, we complain about a lot of bad Thursday night matchups, but this was not one of them, dude. This was a hell of an NFC West matchup against the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, hell of a matchup, dude. Um, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. It started off really hot for San Francisco, then Los Angeles Rams kind of started to get their legs right before half, and then after half, it was kind of back and forth momentum swingers. Like I didn't know which way it was gonna go. Um, Dude, that was a hell of a game. Mac Jones, dude, holy shit. Mac Jones was so accurate tonight. And dude, it just makes me go back. Remember right before they drafted Trey Lance, and some people were like, "Oh, well, Shanahan wants Mac Jones," and I'm like, "Watch it tonight." And I did watch them against the Jaguars too, but tonight against a massive NFC West opponent, right? Some people were considering the Rams possibly going to the Super Bowl. Niners are all banged up at wide receiver, right? They got freaking Marquez Valdez-Scantling out there, Kendrick Bourne, Robinson, all their wide receivers banged up. Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings. And I'm just watching Mac Jones absolutely deal against this Rams defense, right? And this Rams defense in their secondary, I kind of had questions going in. Because the last couple games, I've watched them against the Eagles in that second half, and then against the Colts, and it was like, hey, they're a little bit leaky in the secondary, but that front seven is you do not fuck with that front seven. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Jared Verse and those young dudes, when they start to get going, that's when I really start to worry. And going into this game, San Francisco's offensive line, not really highly regarded as one of the best, and I'm not that high on their offensive line, right? I wish Shanahan would invest more in the offensive line. But man, I mean, it just didn't matter for Mac tonight. Dude, he was so accurate. He was literally dissecting that Rams secondary. Dissecting them. I mean, dude is playing through the PCL injury, taking shots. At the end of the game, we saw he could barely even walk off the field, dude. He was literally needing help to the sidelines, right? And he was just super, like, he was just doing his thing, right? Like, he was just doing his thing. And no, dude, I mean, I was really impressed by Mac Jones tonight. I was really impressed by Mac Jones, dude. I mean, just the way he played. And like I said, how many players they didn't have out there, I was super impressed. He just looked so tough. And I'm like, dude, he looks like he deserves to be in Shanahan's offense. I know Brock Purdy is clearly their franchise player, but I'm like, hell of an offseason pickup, dude. That second QB is more important than people want to believe or talk about. This is huge. Without Brock Purdy, this team probably only has maybe one win right now against Seattle. That's very possible, dude. I mean, it's really possible. And I was just really impressed tonight. And, Matthew Stafford in that offense, they really started to get going. It started off really slow for Stafford in the offense. Like, they didn't have any rhythm for most of the first half. Then they kind of started to get going, bro. And, when Puka gets going, he's a really hard wide receiver to stop. And dude, there was a really massive third down stop at the beginning of the fourth quarter for the Rams, and they needed it because the Niners were up by 6, and the Niners were converting a bunch of short conversions. Like, they were going for it on fourth down, they were getting it. Third and short, they were getting it. Couple QB sneaks here, runs. Shanahan was just being really creative tonight, right? And they got that massive stop at the fourth. And it kind of it changed the momentum, right? And the Rams did end up getting the score later. But hell of a game too. Like, that, it was crazy. That was crazy. One thing that I kind of got out of that game too as well is the Rams on that field goal. Now keep in mind, dude, they've had 3 field goals blocked in the out of the last 4 games, right? They had one blocked against the Titans. They had multiple blocked against the Eagles. Then they had this one blocked against San Francisco 49ers. So I think it's something that they're going to need to really look at, dude, this special teams, because they hit that kick. Maybe this game isn't going into OT. Maybe it's not. And then you saw they had the misfortune in the with the kick. Right, the kicker missed it, and he's been really good at those knuckleballs for the most part, but he missed that kick, put the Niners up, gave him really good field position. Couple blunders, couple bad things happening with the Rams special teams, man. They're just minor little, but it just mattered so much. And dude, at the end of that game, 2-2 Atwell, just another massive play at the end of the game. And at that point, I'm honestly thinking that the Rams are going to go down and score, right? Because in this second half, like at the end of the second quarter, like the Rams were really starting to get going with their wide receivers, and going into the second half, Stafford was kind of having his way with that young secondary. And it wasn't up until the fourth quarter where Devontae Adams really started to get going, because for the most part it was just Puka. And then we got into like later on in the game, and then Devontae Adams started to pick up. So I'm like, okay, dude, like I'm watching them hit the throw to Atwell, and I'm like, this shit is not looking good at all for San Francisco. And I mean, you saw them get that massive stop, dude. That was huge. That was huge. And it was gutsy from Sean McVay. I mean, depending on who you are, I mean, if it were my team, I'd want them to go for that. I thought, yeah, go for it. Try to end it, right? Don't go for the tie. That's not what we want to see. That's not what you want to do. This is an NFC West opponent, the divisional opponent. End it. You know what I mean? End it. And the Niners and Robert Saleh, nah, they weren't about it, man. They weren't about it at all. That was a crazy game, man. I want to just talk about something real quick. Going back to San Francisco, Trent Williams, his age is like really starting to show, dude. I mean, Colton McKivitz, he's not really that good of a right tackle. And then I'm watching Trent tonight up against Verse, and credit to Jared. I mean, Jared Verse is a beast. He's a fucking animal. I mean, if you watch games, watch any game, there's never a full game with the Rams that you watch and Jared Verse doesn't kind of like cut loose and get crazy. And you saw tonight, dude, like he was giving Trent Williams the work. Trent Williams, he was getting pushed around by Jared Verse, and it's just something that I really want to watch, because this San Francisco team, I mean, we saw it tonight, dude. Mac was getting hit left and right. And the fact that they came out with that win, even with Mac Jones getting all that pressure, I was really impressed. Really impressed with Mac Jones and these wide receivers with all that pressure. That's all I gotta say, dude. I was really impressed with that, because I'm like, dude, Trent just doesn't look the same. He doesn't look like that stout guy that just doesn't let pressure get past him. He was getting the work tonight. But yeah, no, dude, this is a really good game on both ends. And this is huge for the San Francisco 49ers. With how many injuries they're dealing with, this is massive, dude. It's a massive win. And it's looking like Mac Jones is a guy they're going to be able to rely on. And, this is something I just recently talked about, man. If Brock Purdy comes back and Brock Purdy's not playing like up to standard, and I know he does have the toe injury, but if he's not playing up to standard, I'm like, holy shit, man. People are going to be talking. People are going to be talking I don't think it's a QB controversy. I do think Brock is better, but I do think that Mac Jones is playing really well under Shanahan. Like, we've seen his coaches, like, this shit wasn't working with the Patriots. The Patriots had a weird thing going. We saw him with Jacksonville. Yeah, dude, I'm like, I don't know. I hope that Brock Purdy plays good when he comes back, because I'm like, Mac is winning them games and keeping them alive right now while he's hurt. Like, this dude clearly is hurt with the PCL injury. And then we saw also tonight he was dealing with cramps, and he just kept playing, dude. I mean, we saw at the end right there, but he just kept playing. But the Rams, they're not done by all means, right? Like, this is their second loss, and it hurts. It hurts up against San Fran, especially how banged up they are. It sucks, in my opinion. If you were to be a fan of, like, the Rams going up against a divisional opponent like that, they're that banged up. And I know the Rams are a little bit banged up too, but I'm like, shit, dude. Like, Mac was throwing to Kendrick Bourne out here. You know what I mean? But the Rams will be all right, but they do need to get that secondary figured out, because it's something that could be a problem for them. Can't just rely on the front seven getting pressure all the time, right? You do need to cover on the back end if you're going to be a serious Super Bowl team, which I do think the Rams are. They'll just need to get it figured out. Hopefully a more healthy Rams team will help with that. But right now, it's like, ugh, like, you got to get that secondary figured out. But yeah, man, I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the game on both ends. I was pretty impressed by the Niners and the Rams. This is a tight game down to the wire. But that Robert Saleh defense, bro, it's like you can just tell that the Niners have a premier defensive coordinator this year in Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is one of the best, dude. Anyways, guys, yeah, be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Come vibe with me. All we do here is talk football. But anyways, guys, appreciate you watching. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Please subscribe. Don't be a hater. Don't do it. Subscribe. Thank you.
You good? Yeah, let's go.